Alright, so in today's video, we're going to talk about something huge. The new confirmed Monstadt buffs in Genshin Impact 6.2 and more importantly, the latest V2 beta adjustments that just dropped. Because yes, these buffs are 100% confirmed and playable in the current beta. But Hoyoverse actually went back and tweaked some of them in the second round of testing. And if you've seen that massive Reddit thread or the Homj cat update logs, you already know the community is buzzing, partly with excitement, partly with panic. So, let's break everything down properly, go over how to unlock these buffs, what changed from the earlier beta, and how this all ties into the new Witch's Eve and Hexensel systems. Let's start with the basics. These aren't just stat buffs like we've seen before. Once you complete quests like the Witch's Work of the Unexpected for Fischl or the Witch's Homework Beyond the Lesson for Albedo, that character officially becomes a magic or Hexensel type unit, unlocking a new passive called Witch's Eve Rite. And when you have two or more magic characters in the same team, the magic secret rite effect activates, giving your whole party a shared bonus. It's basically the first time Hoyoverse has tied lore, story progression, and combat bonuses together in such a direct way. So, if you're wondering how to unlock these buffs, you literally do it through the character-specific Witch's Eve quests in M. Now, let's talk about Venti, because he's easily one of the biggest winners of this rework cycle in the original beta. His Witch's Eve, right? Temporal Wind's Eulogy Plus gave nearby allies a 50% damage bonus for 4 seconds whenever they triggered a swirl during his burst. And the best part was that this worked even while Venti was off-field. That alone made him feel like a true hybrid between an Anemo buffer and a reaction enabler. In the V2 beta, this off-field functionality has been officially confirmed and refined. It's no longer ambiguous. The devs clarified that Venti can now apply his supportive effect from off-field consistently, meaning his buff uptime will match his burst duration. So, if you pair him with reaction-heavy characters like Cle, Mona, or even Jangling, those swirls will keep that 50% bonus rolling. For Venti mains, this is the comeback moment we've been waiting for. Then we have Albedo, who's been through a small but important clarification pass. His Witch's Eve Rite Grand Undertaking Plus still works the same way. When you place his Solar Isotoma, it buffs all nearby party members' normal charged plunging elemental skill and elemental burst damage by 4% for every 1,000 points of defense up to 36% total. Meanwhile, his Orliths, the new dark isotoma constructs that appear when he's teamed with other magic characters, give 10% per 1,000 defense to magic allies, up to 30% total. In version 1, players thought it might stack up to 66%, but in version 2, that's been clarified as a text fix. The max is indeed 36% for regular buffs and 30% for magic-specific ones. So no, your 9000 Def Albedo isn't going to shatter the universe, but he's still a strong hybrid support. Now think of him as a mini Shenhe from Tot, scaling off Def instead of ATK. Moving on to Cle. And honestly, her rework continues to look amazing. Her new passive, Witches of 8, Cle Plus, introduces that boom booster system, stacking her damage every time she deals damage with her normal attacks, elemental skill, or elemental burst. 1 stack gives 115%, 2 gives 130%, and 3 gives 150% of her usual explosive spark charged attack damage. Nothing about that changed in version 2, but the internal timer did get clarified. The stacks last exactly 20 seconds and refresh independently. So, if you keep fighting actively, you can maintain max stacks the whole time. It's one of the cleanest examples of an old DPS being modernized for today's meta without changing her core identity. You're still spamming bombs. But now it feels rewarding instead of punishing. Mona, on the other hand, received a slightly bigger adjustment. Her Prophecy of Submersion Plus and Rhetorics of Calamitous Plus buffs remain intact. But in V2 beta, the text was updated to clarify that her Omen-based bonus now applies immediately when enemies are marked without the old 3-second wait from her C6. That means she doesn't have to stay on field to ramp it up. She gets the full 180% bonus instantly if the target is already marked. That's a big deal because it turns her from a one-shot burst enabler into a consistent sub-DPS and reaction amplifier. Combined with her first constellation, which now gives a stronger 15% hydro reaction bonus and longer freeze extension, Mona feels genuinely relevant again for the first time since early 1.x. Now, Razor is the one character everyone's cheering for. His new Lupus Fulgurius Plus is still as insane as ever. Every 10 seconds, his next normal attack calls down lightning for 100% of his attack as electro damage, while consuming sigils now instantly grants him plus 10% critical rate and plus 50% critical damage for 15 seconds. No nerfs here, no stealth adjustments. He's officially untouched in V2 beta. It's almost a meme now. Razor survived V1. Razor survived V2. But jokes aside, this rework gives him something he's never really had. Consistent self-buffing and high uptime without relying on Bennett or energy-heavy rotations. Fischl, meanwhile, has become a meme icon for all the right reasons. Her Witch's Eve right Phantasmal Nocturne Plus turns Oz into a true team buffer when Oz is on field. Triggering overloaded reactions gives your team plus 22.5% attack for 10 seconds, and triggering electrocharged or lunar charged gives plus 90 elemental mastery for 10 seconds. In version 2, her buff durations were adjusted slightly. They now refresh smoothly instead of stacking awkwardly, but the mechanics are the same. The text still opens with her classic overly dramatic narration followed by additionally when Oz is on the field, which had Reddit in tears laughing. It's vintage Fischl energy with modern support design. As for Sucrose, her rework, Chaotic Entropy, plus still makes her elemental burst grant a 20% elemental damage bonus to the absorbed element, plus another 8.57% if you have any magic or witch characters on the team. No numeric changes in version 2, but her tooltip was clarified to confirm that the bonus applies to all nearby party members, not just the active one. That makes her officially one of the strongest free supports for the Witch's Eve meta. Imagine pairing her with CLE and Mona, stacking multiple reaction buffs and swirling everything nonstop. She's basically the glue that holds these magic teams together. And, of course, all of this connects back to the larger Hexensel and magic team system. The idea is that older Monstadt characters now form a special synergy group. CLE, Mona, Venti, Fischl, Albedo, and even Sucrose. And when you run at least 2 of them, you activate the magic secret right bonus. It's the first time the game has ever rewarded team composition based on lore relationships instead of elements or regions. It's a smart move because it makes these older characters relevant again, and it gives you a reason to experiment beyond pure damage meta. The tone around the Witch's Eve buffs is super positive. Players love that Hoyoverse is finally investing in older characters again instead of letting them rot in power creep hell. So yeah, these are the confirmed and updated buffs as of the version 26.2 beta. Everything that's live right now fully testable. Venti's off-field buff works. Albedo's def scaling is clarified. CLE and Mona are finally strong. Razor and Fischl are thriving. Sucrose is quietly top-tier support. And the new magic team system is looking like a huge W for anyone who loves Mondstadt's original roster. What do you guys think? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.